as we're about ready for the kickoff. With the Pirates, number 8 kicking off. That's Matt Sims. And catching it deep in the end zone. And for a touchback is Ben Knuckles. We're going to be talking about Ben Knuckles. Mr. Do Everything. Pretty much a freak of nature. Over 126 all-purpose yards last week. And he's about 150 pounds dripping wet, folks. And you're not going to find a more versatile ball player on the Mules football squad. As the Mules will take over on offense here. Real excited to have you with us, folks. Dwayne Foster, myself, Bruce Weitzel, to bring you all the live, exciting action here from Freddie Morrow Stadium. And here's Bullington over center. Center is Stricker, number 54. His handoff left side to Ferguson. Ferguson gets around. He's got some room and breaks away almost down to the 40-yard line. He's stopped by Matt Sims, the guy that kicked off along with number 34, Bryant Ruby. 5'9", 130. And Zach, once he gets around the corner, all he needs is a crease. All he needs is a little bit of room, a little bit of daylight. That offensive line to push through, and he's off to the races and could have gone all the way to pay dirt if it wasn't for Sims and his partner there. There's another one right through, creating a nice hole there as the offensive line. And they pick up 5 yards. Good way to start off for Poplar Bluff, knowing full well that they don't want history to repeat itself. 1 out of 18 on third down possessions. Only 8 first downs for the first 2 games, so the Mules know they have to get the offensive engines running and running quickly to get out in front over these Hannibal Pirates. And we've got a 2nd and 5 now. Ball game just underway. Mules moving the ball. Man in motion, that's Ferguson. Hands off to Ferguson. He reverse direction, and he gets around left side. And looks like they found something that works for him. The Mules inside Hannibal Pirate territory.
Ferguson again, the ball carrier.
At the 48.
Gain on the play is good for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the.
That's a first down. We're going to be bringing you all the sponsorship information as the game progresses, folks. Bear with us. We've got a first down. 2 receivers, bottom of your screen, 2 at the top. Man in motion, that's Ferguson. There's a handoff to Ferguson, and he gets around. And we can do this all day long, move inside the 45. And, Dwayne, it looks like the Mules have found something that they knew they had the offense. They just had to execute here early in the first half.
Well, it's good to see the flip. We've been seeing the defense doing most of the work in the last 2 games. And this time the offense has showed up, and now they're wanting to turn the table a little bit.
Yeah, and you got a workhorse in Ferguson. He's a little guy, but he's got so much quickness and good lateral movement, good field vision that he's a man they're gonna put the ball in his hands a lot. As we look at a 2nd and 5, pass play and pass thrown, that's incomplete, and obviously coming into this ball game, Bullington 6 for 26 in the pass efficiency, just like at 25%. That's an area also that's got to improve.
Yeah, he shot that one at his knees, and I'll tell you what, at your knees and behind you. That's going to be hard to catch that one.
Yeah, especially when you hear footsteps coming. You know that you've seen that at every level of college football, pro football. You know, you start hearing footsteps, you're going to have to really focus.
You bet you. And Knuckles not seeing something that sits well with him.
And we've got a timeout. And we'll take a quick timeout to hear from one of our wonderful sponsors. You're watching Mules Football live right here on City Cable.
What is good?
Now, bear in mind, Mules 1 out of 15 shotgun. Looks like Bullington's going to keep it. And he's going to get close. He's got the first down. The first down marker. Dwayne was at the 43. Gets it right close to the 35-yard, rather 38. Gets it to the 35, and another first down for Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, so far we're really liking what we're seeing. A good drive. It's moving the ball and down the field. Ferguson had to do a little bit of adjustment, and went from a shotgun, kept it, went to the left, and picked up another first.
And I'll tell you, we'll talk about the strength of schedule as the game progresses. That's something that definitely can bode well for the Mules, as we've got a 1st and 10 shotgun. Here's Ferguson trying to get outside, gets stopped in the backfield, and it's a loss in the play of about 2. Obviously, a lot of the responsibility for the success on offense lies in the hands of the offensive coordinator. Switching the plays and making switching it up, keeping the defense on their toes, and I think it's you're going to see a lot more variety in this ballgame today, especially in the first half.
Right. I've watched the guys practice this week, and I tell you what, the offensive team coaches have been working really, really hard, and the players have been reacting.
We've got a 2nd and 13 now. You got Ferguson in motion. There's a handoff. 57. He's stacked up quickly. We'll see who's credit with that. That was Zachary Nichols with a stop on that. Stop on Smith. Not much there. So you got a situation. Something that's plagued the Mules those first 2 games is they get in a third and long. They're 1 out of 18 on third down conversions. Let's see if they can keep the drive alive, because obviously with Thompson as a kicker, who also plays on the soccer team, you can't expect a guy to, we're definitely out of field goal range. So we've got to.
Especially with the wind is fighting us like this.
Absolutely. 3rd and 11. Ferguson goes around left side. He gets up inside the 30 to the 29.
33, Zach Ferguson, the ball carrier.
He's been the workhorse here for the Mules in the early going, and we've had possession of the ball for over 7 minutes.
Brought down.
And
number 8, Matt Sims.
And it looks like they're going to have
Gain on the play brings up 4th and 4.
Mark number 21 for Poplar Bluff, bringing the play from the sideline. Jake Smith, the junior wide receiver, and Ferguson down at the bottom. They're going for it, 4th and 4. I think it's a wise decision.
I think so, too. I mean, you just can't get any better on that thought. They're going to keep it and run it to the right, and it's going to be stopped about the line and probably brought down with a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that call. I think not that you're going to have to throw the ball long. You got a 4th and short, but you're going to have to mix up the offensive plays. And we know that Bullington's very capable as a quarterback. His arm strength is fine. We saw that in a 54-yard touchdown pass to Ben Knuckles last week. So he's got the arm strength. We'll see what happens the next offensive series for Poplar Bluff. But now the defense is on the field for the Mules. Let's talk about the offense for Hannibal, led by Hatton, the 6', 175-pound senior. And they do a veer offense, and they're stuffed right there about the line of scrimmage by the Mules. And I didn't see who made the tackle on that first play, but that's
25, Jacob King, the ball carrier.
That's King with the ball. Their offense, they've got
Gain on the play.
Sims, the wide receiver, number 8, and you've got
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and
24 Nichols and also King, who just picked up a yard there for Hannibal. Here's 2nd and 9. And looking back to pass, and he's got his man and a first down. A good open field tackle
25,
by Poplar Bluff, but
brought down by number
good motion pass play by Hannibal.
Gabler, Garcia, and Hinton has been stopping everybody at the line. I mean, they are just shutting it down. So they've decided to go wide right, and now the tight ends, the safeties, and all, they're going to have to get themselves more
It'll be 1st and 10 from
open to the field.
41.
They're going to have to be ready to stop things that's happening, and the tight ends on the offense are going to have to be ready to stay away from the center.
And there's a keeper. Oh, he hands off last second, trying to get outside is number 24. A good stop by Ferguson. One of 3 Mules that we have currently playing both sides of the football. That's Knuckles, Gabler, and Ferguson playing both ways. Good stop. And he picks up about 3 on that play, as the PA system is
Gain on the play 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
definitely working today. Here it's approaching the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter of action. Glad you could be with us, folks. Hannibal Pirates are in town. Mules' first home game of the season with Hatton, the 6', 175 senior, over center. And he's going to pass. There's the pass. The man's wide open again. And it's a first down. He's dragged down by Knuckles. Ben Knuckles, number 3. Almost looks like the safeties are getting too much. They're playing too much zone there on these last couple of pass plays, Dwayne, and not picking up the man. And that's another successful play for Hannibal. Offense, they're averaging about 20 points a game on offense for the Pirates as we move to a 1st and 10, 6:38 and counting on the clock. Hatton, and he hands off. Oh, they cleared a hole. The line made that play. Just made that huge hole. He could have driven a truck through it, and that moves the ball inside the 30 to the 27. And looks like the momentum has shifted for Hannibal.
A really bad call by the defense there on that last half second. Like you said, you could have drove a truck through that one.
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, definitely our defense is, and our defensive coordinator has been kept on their toes because these guys are mixing it up. And you can mix it up, but you have to be productive and effective, and they're doing both as we've got a 1st and 10 approaching the 6-minute mark. And running from the backfield, that's Hatton, the quarterback. It's a keeper. He's down to the 17-yard line, and looks like another first down for Hannibal. You know, our drive stalled there about the 35-yard line of Hannibal. And I was hoping the Mules could strike pay dirt first because it starts getting your psyche. You know, we've yet to score a point in the first half of our first 2 games, but now Hannibal is driving, and they picked up their 4th first down in this series, and they've got a 1st and 10 with 6 minutes to go. 2 in the backfield. You've got Hatton over center, and boy, I tell you what, one thing that I like about this guy, he's very deceptive. You know, he's good at hiding that ball, and he throws off a couple of those defenders, so they lose a couple guys that. So they're distracted, and they're picking up yardage. And any play where you pick up at least 3 yards a play, Dwayne, any coach will take that.
I've been looking at this, whether I'd run a nickel dime or a 3-4, and so they got me confused. So they're mixing it up big time. This is good.
And here's the first man through, but it's a keeper again by Hatton, and he moves his forward progress, get him close to the 10-yard line. I don't know as far as their field goal kicking unit. I don't think they're really concerned about that because they're at the 11-yard line.
Gain on the play brings up 33.
Fast-moving first quarter. A lot of majority of the plays are on the ground. Keeps the clock running. We're under 5 minutes now with Hannibal looking to strike early with Hatton over center. Handoff left side, and they stack them up. Good call by the defense. Good read by the defense. First man in on the tackle is number 51 for Poplar Bluff. That's Michael Penny. Penny, a junior, saw a lot of playing time last year. He's going to, starting today, we've got some injuries for Poplar Bluff, namely Thompson, Garinger, James, Aaron Ellis, and Parkin, who plays on special teams. So these other guys are going to have to pick it up. And as you mentioned, the defense has done well, especially in that first game and that comeback win against New Madrid. But we've got a 3rd down for Hatton. And, he's wide open. Coble runs over there, trying to, gets there too late, but number 21 for the Mules was there. But you got to keep your eye on the ball player. That was Jake Smith. Sims with a score. That's the first touchdown of the ball game. First points on the board for either squad. The Mules find themselves in an early hole here in the first quarter. Down 6-0. Here comes the extra point, and we're at the 4:11 mark.
On for the extra point, hit number 8, Matt Sims.
With Sims kicking it through, and makes it 7-0. Mules trail 7-0 in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. We've got a defense for Poplar Bluff that's going to have to really be on their toes from now on because obviously, number one, you want to keep the ball in the hands of your offense as much as possible. And but you don't want to, they ate up about 7 minutes on the clock, Dwayne, to get in scoring position, and they hit pay dirt there with that 8-yard pass bait to Sims. And now they're on top 7-0. They'll be kicking off to Poplar Bluff. Back to receive will be Knuckles and Coble, number 10. Knuckles last week, never. Last week Knuckles had a team-high 12 tackles, 2 passes for 61 yards, including a 51-yard touchdown. Returned the punt and kickoff for a total of 37 yards and kicked both extra points. He also worked the concession stand. And they don't want the ball in his hands, and that's where the Mules will take over at the 20-yard line. And I felt like that last series, offensive line did an effective job of creating holes for Ferguson. He doesn't need a lot of room, Dwayne, as well as mixing it up on the ground. But the air, the passing game is going to have to be resurrected here for Bullington and these Mules if they're going to keep a defense on their toes. 1st and 10 now, 4:11 remaining here in the first quarter. You got 2 receivers top, 2 at the bottom. Man in motion, that's Ferguson. They fake to Ferguson, get the second man through, and he's stopped for no gain. And we've got a flag on the play.
Number 37, Harry Smith, the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
Getting a little windy up here.
I think Ike's relatives have shown up.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate to be living in Missouri, to be honest with you. It's 1st and 10 now. We've got penalty coming against the Hannibal Pirates, and they'll march off 5 yards. Find out what that penalty is all about. Last week, the Mules traveled up St. Louis, lost to Union 49-14, but they did outscore or tied Union in the second half with two second half touchdowns. 3:49 remaining now. Mules looking to ignite the offense here with Bullington over center. Man in motion. Outside, he can't get outside. They're coming around the edges, and that penetration by the defense. Pete Bryant might pick up maybe, well, he got about 3 yards, it looks like.
On the play brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1, they call it 4-yard gain by Pete Bryant. Bryant, just a sophomore. We got a lot of youth coming up, talented youth coming up in this Mules program, as evidenced by that 4-yard pickup by Bryant. Bullington, a senior, he's over center. 3 minutes. Another handoff, trying to get the ball into Ferguson's hands. Well, actually, it was at number 37. That was Kerry Smith, who had a lot of touches last year. It was Ferguson carrying the ball. And as Jake Smith brings the ball in, brings the play in, rather, under 3 minutes to go, Mules look, they really shot out of the cannon there in that first offensive series, Dwayne. But it looks like they're playing against matched up against a defense. It's definitely on their heels.
They are. We're seeing a team right now that's ready to play some ball, and they're really, like you said, they're really mixing things up and keeping the coaches guessing.
Here's Knuckles in motion. Bullington's going to run it, can't find a receiver, and he picks up, takes a broken play, picks up about 5 yards.
And was just about taken out himself in the backfield. He escaped getting sacked.
You know, Bullington looks just, when you watch him on game film, you watch him in a live game, he doesn't look that fast, but the guy's 6'5", so every time he takes a step, he's taking about 2 yards, you know. So he picks up 5 on that play, brings up a 2nd and 5, and we're at the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Mules trailing 7-0. Bullington under center. Oh, they're keying on Ferguson. You know, they're going to have to come up with some different schemes on offense. Do a little bit of scramble, mixing it up on the playmaking. Ferguson cannot take the ball every time to just key on the guy. And then on that particular play, he picked up, actually had a loss of 4 yards, and it brings up a 3rd and long again.
Simple mathematics. Every player has to do their part every single play to make it effective.
Yeah, most of the time it's what's just as important as the people without the ball as it is the person carrying it. We've got a 3rd and long now. Bullington looking to pass. It's intercepted. Intercepted. Poorly thrown pass by Bullington on that play. He was pressured there in the backfield, but the receivers, as a matter of fact, the ball went by the receiver's head for the Mules, and he just was thinking maybe he had a teammate that was supposed to catch the ball, but it went into the hands of the Hannibal Pirates, and they'll take over on downs at the 42-yard line, and it's going to bring the defense back on the field.
Well, you know, through the week they do their practice, and the quarterback takes a snap, steps back, count of 1, 2, 3. He knows where the receivers should be. That time it seemed like they weren't where they should have been.
Well, and you can't telegraph a pass like that to you. This is a good ball club. They're pretty sharp on defense. As Hatton rolls out, he's got his man right side. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. And finally, he drug down about the 21-yard line, 22-yard line. And those little rollout passes really wreaking havoc for Poplar's defense.
Indeed it is. And I tell you what, the players are going to have to come up with their A game. Right now it looks like they're pulling about a C, and they're just going to have to dig deep, and they're not going to be able to wait till second half.
Well, if you don't get sufficient pressure on the quarterback on that line once that ball snapped, then he's gonna do it every time and roll out. Here he is again. He's gonna hand off to first man through. We'll tell you who that is. He gets inside the 20. That might be Sims, one of the main offensive threats for Hannibal. But they're doing those. Looks like a kind of a pseudo option offense they're running at times, and then he rolls out. That's a third completion on the right side. Every pass has been thrown to the right side, and obviously the Mules defense is going to have to focus on that as we've got a 2nd and 8 now with under a minute to go. And there's a pile up at about the 20-yard line, and if the Mules can hold him to
Jake Smith is the one that's been seeing a lot of things coming his direction, and he's been getting double-teamed a lot. But he's going to have to be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat here somehow in order to get some assistance.
It looks like too much zone play here by that touchdown pass. Well, all those passes, the right side, Dwayne, have been the receivers had 5 yards. Oh, here's a good stack up by number 46, first man there. He didn't bring him down, but Tony Hinton. Kudos to Tony Hinton. Did an excellent job of slowing down the runner there. And that's in the first quarter. Mules trailing 7-0. We'll be back. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. Hey, we're back live action here, just getting the second quarter underway. Glad you're with us, folks. We know you could have tuned into, I don't know how many channels are on available now on network, but maybe a couple hundred, but you chose to tune into the Mules football game, the home game, live here on City Cable. I'm glad you could be with us. Dwayne Foster and Bruce Weitzel. And we've got a Mules team that's struggling with the Hannibal Pirates offense. Hatton, there he goes again, left side, picked up by Ben Knuckles. Knuckles is a busy man, as he always is, on the gridiron with the stop, but you've got a close to a first down there. That was a third down play as the second quarter is just underway, but I believe, last week, this guy's very efficient. 5 for 8 last week against Harrisonville, which won the state championship last year, Dwayne, in 3A. 5 for 8 for 3 touchdowns. So the guy's very, very efficient. I don't think that he's had an incompletion yet. And that's wreaked havoc on the Mules defense. As we look at a 1st and 10, that is a first down. 11-yard line. And there's a fumble picked up by Ethan Hollins. What a turnaround. Yeah. Momentum breaker there, baby. Hollins. Yeah. Yeah. He'd change the oil in your car any day, baby. Number 75. Great job. Boy, what a just a wonderful event to occur for Poplar Bluff, because they're looking at being down 14-0 if the Pirates could have moved it another 10 yards. So now we've got a possibility to go in the locker room tied up, and we can get a sustained drive going with Bullington under center. 1st and 10. They're at about the 13-yard line with Ferguson in the backfield. There's a pitch to Ferguson. Got to get some blockers, baby. Can't get outside. Yeah, he's trying to get too lateral here, and no gain on that play.
Jacob King, senior, took him down, but like I said, he couldn't get to the outside. He kept running. He just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, and they know that the running game, 80% of the time, Ferguson is going to have the ball. So the defense is going to read it. It's not a pass play. They're going to key on this guy. Now you got Coble top of the screen, and then number 5. That's Pete Bryant. Next to him, Ferguson in motion, and Ferguson takes the ball. But I tell you what, Hatton read that all the way. Was that Hatton? Number 8 for Hannibal. Number 8, that was Matt Sims. Read that entire way. Sims, the guy that caught the touchdown pass. He plays both ways. They've got 4 or 5 players that play both ways for Hannibal. But, he chased that guy for about 20 yards. Ferguson about 20 yards. But he read the play.
Penalty against the Mules. And they're discussing right now what they're going to be doing with that.
Yeah, I would say that, decline the penalty as we're looking at a 2nd and 9 now. Just a little bit under 11 minutes to go in the first half. And the Mules have to capitalize on that turnover with Hollins recovering that fumble on that 4th down play by the Hannibal Pirates just a moment ago. Picked up 2 yards on last carry thanks to Sims. Tracking down now. It's 3rd and 8. Shotgun. A little bit of a high snap going outside. There's the pitch.
There we go.
There's a pitch. Now we're talking about it. There he goes. He's good. Go. Oh, wait. Ferguson. There you go, baby. Tied it up. You need to take Hollins to dinner. Nice pitch out there, Dwayne, by waiting the last second. Boynton timed it just right. Drew the defense and pitched it out Ferguson. He used this, and then basically they were all keyed on moving on Boynton, and he took it down the sideline for a touchdown.
Excellent work. Coach Kirby and the defensive coach, and like I said, this week they have just been busting it out there on the practice field. And tell you what, they don't give up easy. If something's not working, well, what do we need to do to change it? Let's make things happen. Let's not give up. Let's stay motivated, and let's just get things done.
Well, and tell you what this does, too. This changes the whole complexion of the ball game because now the defense has to respect Ferguson. Even though they're keen on him, he's burned them. And as we watch the extra point attempt being made by number 1, Josh Thompson, excellent kicker. Also plays on the soccer team, and that knocks the score. Wow. That knocks the score at 7-0. We're going to take a break. You're watching Mules right here live on City Cable. Stadium. So glad you'll be with us today, folks. One of the few Saturday games the Mules play, and we've just nodded the score thanks to
Sterling Bank debit.
Ethan Hollins recovering that ball. Covered fumble, and the Mules took over, and Bullington's pitch out. Perfect timing to the right side. Down the sideline goes Zach Ferguson in for the score. And rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. Very capable running back. It's just that line has got to make an opening for him, and that changes everything. Knotted 7-7 here, with about 10:33 remaining in the second quarter. And, boy, I tell you, that can lighten your load a little bit, can't it, Dwayne?
Without a doubt. Tell you what, Ethan and Knuckles, the 2 main stars of the game at the moment.
Yeah, Hollins had big fumble recovery, and good kick by Thompson. He's got a leg. You know, when you play soccer and you got to kick that ball 50 yards, comes in handy. And now their main targets, the defense is going to have to key on these little outlet passes that have been so effective for Hatton. I think his proficiency rating is about 70% on pass completions for the season. Now, obviously, we're only in the 3rd game of the year, but they've only got 12 seniors on this ball club. Not extremely seasoned club, but they've been very effective with the pass thus far. And there's a pitch out. Oh, there's Knuckles. Comes in, slows him down a little bit. I think he might have grabbed his face mask. He gets not much, maybe a yard.
I'm checking out 79-75 with Dylan James and your buddy there, Ethan. And I tell you what, some bookmarks. These guys are big, but they can move.
And here's Hollins' 2nd down. He's looking to pass. Oh! And he's sacked!
There we go.
Number 44. And number 44 is Eli Johnson.
Brought down by number 44, LG Johnson.
LG got her done. You know, Knuckles almost had him. It's almost like Knuckles is cloned out there. You know, he was in on slow the back running that last play and almost got the sack on Hatton there. But Johnson, kudos to you, buddy. Good job, the junior. Terrific job. 3rd and 11 now. 3rd and long. Hatton back to pass. He's getting pressure, and you got to get to this guy sooner. And shoddy tackling by Poplar Bluff. You get another 1st down. And that's a shame because they definitely had some containment on the quarterback. Up to the 37, that's where the Pirates will take over.
Yes, he went 12 yards without even being touched. Closest one to him was the referee, I think. And that just can't happen. And unfortunately, it does happen, so now you got to make up for what you lost.
Well, and you look at the safety setup that the defense has. They've got to have somebody keying on these guys. Watch top of the screen, viewers, at home, as we've got the man carrying the ball right now, number 24, and he just plowed through for about 6, maybe 7 yards up to the 44. That's Nichols. His main offensive threats for the Pirates are Nichols, number 24, King, Nimitz, the wide receiver, and at the other end, Sims, who plays both ways. And you're going to hear his name a lot tonight. But 8:40 and counting, second and a short 3, and that guy just barreled through.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you just can't predict some of these plays that you're seeing coming. It's pretty awesome. Rush through the hole right there is number 24, Zachary Nichols, picking up a few yards.
No, actually, that's Hatton with a keeper, I think. Moves it all the way down to the 45-yard line. The quarterback keeper looked like it's so deceptive. I mean, he's excellent at decoying, and I know he just got new glasses too, so we know that that's a factor. But it was Hatton with a keeper there, almost to the 45-yard line, and I think we've got a timeout call by Poplar Bluff, and we'll take a quick timeout. We're watching Mules football live on City Cable. Hey, we're back here at Fred and Marl Stadium. It's whiteout night. Hey, we had a great pregame ceremony for the honor guard, the honor tour that Rob Callahan and Tucker Davis have been so instrumental in putting together. Got to honor the World War II veterans. Just a wonderful event. And they had a Blackhawk helicopter that was going to deliver the game ball, but Air came in. I thought maybe somebody was sick or something, but they brought a football out, so that worked out pretty good, Dwayne. And here we go, 1st and 10. And Nichols with the ball, and he picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. But I think relative to that, the Black Hawk helicopter couldn't make it because of Hurricane Ike.
That's the way we understood it, yes. So Airvac stepped up and did a really good job. If you notice, they seemed like they'd done some practicing. They got out in very formation, and it was very honorable.
Okay, we've got a 2nd and 6 now. Under 8 minutes to go. Looking back to pass is Hatton. Oh, nice catch by his man. You got to have some man-to-man coverage on those guys. Coble gets there late, but not before. We got another first down by the Pirates at the 21-yard line of Poplar Bluff. Too much zone coverage. You know, you got 2 or 3 receivers. Why not just pick him up man-to-man? And you have to give kudos to the receiver there, Nichols, because he went high to catch that one.
A lot of the guys are having to step up to the plate today because a lot of the starters are out, and we're seeing a lot of guys who normally are not seeing starting time stepping up and doing that. So I think they're doing a great job here, tied at 7-7.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Overall, we've and then we just picked up another 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 5 at about the 16-yard line now, and that's going to put the Mules back up to their 16-yard line with about 7.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Yeah, that last play, that the guy, you know, he got good hands. I mean, we've had some excellent receivers in the past that could do that. This year, probably the person that comes to mind first and foremost would be Greg Coble, number 10. Also plays both ways. He's also a safety. As we've got us 1st and 5 now, and wrapped up, didn't surprise anybody, right at the 15-yard line. And that was number 75, it looks like, for
Zachary Nichols, the ball carrier.
For the Hannibal Pirates, and we've got a 2nd and 1 now.
Play brings up 2nd and 1.
Gives the offense so many options when you have a 2nd and 1 on the 12-yard line. And we'll see what the Pirates bring to the table in the form of Hatton. He's under center, 2 in the backfield, 1 top, 1 bottom, 2nd man through. And the Mules stack them up. Good penetration by the defensive line for Poplar Bluff that time.
I hope he stretched really well that time. The Mules really had him tied up low and then hit him high, and he just kind of did a pretzel.
Yeah, you want to get to the point where the guy with the ball really is tentative about going through that hole. And a good job that time by the line for Poplar Bluff. 3rd and 2 now, 6:30 and counting. Tie score. A lot of students here for Poplar Bluff. It's 3rd and 2. Looked like a keeper for a minute, but 24 is just drags a defender all the way, drags Coble all the way in the end zone. That Nichols is a horse now, number 24. 6 foot 225. That's a lot of man, pulling Greg Coble into the end zone for the 2nd touchdown for the Hannibal Pirates, making it 13-7, looking for the extra point here, which will be attempted by Matt Sims.
And getting ready for the extra point. And the Mules are set and ready. Matt Sims. Here's a snap, and it's up, and it'll be good. And now it's 14-7.
And that's the score now, 14-7. We'll take a break. You're watching Mules Football Live on City Cable.
Do you ever feel that in times when you take your car in to get repaired that you get the runaround?
At Simmons Tire and Automotive, we try to sell you the right tire at the right price, give you the right service, all at one place. And that way you feel you don't get the runaround.
Regardless of what you need, tires, oil change, state inspection, alignment, shocks and struts, brakes, engine tune-up, or repair, give Simmons Tire and Automotive a call at 785-TIRE.
Mention my name, Leo, and get a doggone good deal.
We're back at Freddie Amaro Stadium. We won't go away, folks. We're going to have another TD to tie this thing up before the Mules go to the locker room. Ben Knuckles back to receive and yet to have an opportunity to return a kickoff. They must have saw some game film on Ben Knuckles.
Yes, name some of the guys who are sick right now or hurt. We got Kobe Geringer. See, I know you had talked with the coach about that, and we'll be hearing some more about that at halftime. But, I mean, there is a large list of guys right now with injuries.
Yeah, you Kelvin Thompson, James, Aaron Ellis, Parkin on special teams, everything from concussions to disciplinary. But, I mean, it's I think the guys, like you mentioned earlier, the personnel they have out there have done a excellent job. Just maybe need to make a few adjustments. And Ben decides not to run it back, and the Mules will take over at the 20 and really have every opportunity to go into the locker room with the score tie. If they go 80 yards in 6 minutes 13 seconds, I think obviously they've got the horses to do it, namely Zach Ferguson. You know he's going to get the ball some more in these offensive series.
Well, if you notice the emblem on the Mules helmet have changed to look like a fired up mule, and I believe that's what the coach we just saw doing on the sideline. And I believe he's getting Ferguson and getting the boys behind him, saying, come on guys, we're a much better team than this and we can make things happen. And I like you said, for them being a secondary kind of team with a lot of the players, they're stepping up like a primary team, and they're really doing well against a team that should not be looked at as a slouch team by any means.
Well, and this is a team, Hannibal's a team that Poplar Bluff can play with, and you look at, as I interviewed Coach earlier, you know, he talked about the fact that here's a guy that played on his first year they didn't win a ball game. His last year they went undefeated. So he's been through adversity. He knows what it's like, and he knows what it's like to be down and having to fight your way back in the ball game, which is so beneficial for a head coach to be able to empathize with the players out there. You know, I mean, these kids are 16, 17, 18 years old, but he's been there, and that's a huge advantage, and hopefully it will bode well for the rest of the second quarter, because Poplar Bluff's got a good opportunity here with the personnel they have out there. And, of course, every team's going to have injuries. That's just something you have to account for in any sport, you know, whether it's Cardinal baseball or Mules football. But, of course, when you lose some of your key elements, and he mentioned Aaron Ellis yesterday, Ellis is a key component of this ball club, Kelvin Thompson. But, you know, you've got some guys stepping in there, and Hollins was a guy that started tonight that got that fumble recovery to help the Mules get back on the field and score their first touchdown. So they've done an excellent job.
Excellent.
Here we go, folks. 1st and 10, 6:13 remaining. Man in motion, shotgun formation. And Boynton's going long for Coble. A little bit overthrew it, but, you know, I like to see that. And the reason I like to see that, because you're going to have to give some variety here. And with Boynton's arm, he's plenty capable of you know, airing the ball out 30 or 40 yards, and as evidenced by that play, just overthrew Coble. And thankfully, he overthrew the defender as well. Be 2nd and 10.
The offensive line is going to have to create a wall right here, and they are going to have to keep that wall steady all the way back and give him some time to work from the shotgun.
Okay, we got a 2nd and 10 now. 2 receivers top, 2 bottom. There's a pitch out, and nothing doing. Too much lateral for Poplar Bluff. And what happens when the offensive line can't drive, when the ball snap can't drive 3 or 4 yards and create those holes, the team starts going lateral, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the pitch out, because then the defense can focus on the edge, and they're coming off the edge and they're shutting them down, as was evidenced by that play. So now Mules are faced with a 3rd and 10, another 3rd and long situation. with number 33, Ferguson, coming out, so you know he's not going to be involved in this play. 3rd and 10, under 5:30 remaining here in the second quarter. And there's a pass play. Oh. Ball's aired out. Oh! Just overthrown, and I like that, though. You know, I mean, you got to do something different. And boy, was he wide open. I think you or I could have caught that ball if it was close, but overthrown by about 5 yards.
Yeah, indeed. No, I think you're right. That was a good play. That was something that now we're seeing our team starting to throw some surprises at the opponents. So that's good. That's good. That was a good one.
The good news, the coaches are realizing that they're going to have to mix it up. The bad news is we're going to have to punt the ball and put the ball back in the hands of the Pirates, and they're going to have excellent field position pending the outcome of this punt. With the 5:16 remaining, down by a touchdown. But, I was standing there when Boynton pitched out to Coble. I was thinking, what is this guy doing? He's standing there. I mean, go run with the ball. And
Players on the field, and they call
Timeout,
timeout.
Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, they've only got 10 players on the field. And they're going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout and come back. You're watching Mules Football live on City Cable.
On the football field.
She'll be graduating before I know it. I need to start planning now for our finances. Every little bit helps, like saving money on my business checking account.
Do you have a reason to start saving money using free business checking from First Midwest Bank?
Okay, we're back here at Freddie Marlowe Stadium. So glad you could be with us today. Bruce White's along with Dwayne Foster, ex-professional wrestler. We'll touch on that later. We might even just do a serious show on that. I don't know. I mean, Kurt Sherman moved to St. Louis, and so happy to have Dwayne with us as we look at a 4th and 10 with number 1 for Poplar Bluff, Josh Thompson, the kicker, kicking off from about the 5-yard line. Good kick. Moves him back. All the way. Was that beautiful? That's the advantage of special teams right there. When you have a guy who can kick the ball that hard and that far, they start to 15. Conversely, an average kick, the guy's going to get his hands on it and return the ball.
With a left foot kicker. I mean, and how's that for a kicker?
Yeah, it wasn't that beautiful, Dwayne, but I mean, the guy just cranked it, and they start to 15, and I guarantee you the guy running the ball back, he catches that ball, say give him 5-10 yards, they're in midfield.
That's true. And tell you what, whenever I was playing in football in high school, I played offense and defense as well. And you would have to really keep your mind moving because you'd be having your mind in the sense of offense. Okay, my job is totally different from defense. Now, as a defensive linebacker or as a defensive guard or tackle, you jump in there. You either have to shut down the wall, you have to shoot, or else you have to back up and go find your defender.
Yeah, a lot involved as we watch Hatton. Oh, he's getting taken. Looked like he was taken down. And here, look at there. I mean, Hollins was all over the guy, and here I'm just, put my foot in my mouth. Hey, yeah, he's got a quarterback sack, and the guy moves up past the 25-yard line. Well, past the right at the 25-yard line. I was totally taken off guard, taken by surprise on that play. I thought it was a quarterback keep, and we might have had a sack. Pick up a 5. It's second and, well, let's say 1st and 10 now. And that is number 25. That's Andy Collins, rather number 25 for the Pirates, Jacob King. Hollins comes out limping a little bit. He's put a lot of weight. First down now with the clock running at 4:40. Be nice to have another turnover here for Poplar Bluff. 1st and 10, 26-yard line. With Hatton under center. First man through, and he breaks the tackle and runs into a wall called number... Is that number 11, Josh Freeman? Freeman came in, made a quick stop. When you make the stop, the key is to not let him pick up any additional yardage, and he did just that. Josh did on that play. It brings up 2nd and 4 now. 6-yard pickup. As you when you're playing defense against these guys, you don't know what they're bring to the table. Here's a keeper, and he's gone past midfield, all the way down inside the 45. You know,
The ball carrier.
Eli Johnson, number 45, brings him down, but not before another first down
For a first down.
inside Mules territory to the 42. And you've got a defense that can pose problems if you don't have that quick penetration off the line, Dwayne. And he's going to pitch it, he's going to pass it, he's going to run it, and really one of the few times he's run the ball this year or in this ball game.
Yep, well, like we've been saying this whole game so far, and 3:35 left in this first half, it's a surprise every play.
There's a pile up about the 36-yard line. These guys have played a tough schedule. Played
The ball carrier.
Harrisonville last week. Harrisonville won the state championship in Class 3A last year, ranked number 7 right now in the state polls. And in the first game was against Troy. They only gave up 7 points. Their defense is solid, and obviously their offense is
Timeout called.
very creative. As we have a timeout called at the 3:09 mark by the Hannibal Pirates, and we're going to take a quick timeout to hear from one of our wonderful sponsors. You're watching Mules Football Live on City Cable.
Porter, Larry Greenlaw
And we're back live at Freddie Marl Stadium.
by the 50-yard line.
Glad you could be with us today. The Hannibal Pirates made the long trek from Hannibal. They didn't bring Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn with them. They brought Ian Hatton and company, and they've got a 14-7 lead, and they're knocking on the door again at the Mules' 36-yard line, 2nd and 4, with a lot of weapons on offense. Ferguson, he's covering the man down at the bottom of your screen, and pulled offside again.
On the field.
And the guilty party there, I think, was number 46, Tony Hinton. Tony's only a junior. And, boy, those penalties can really hurt you.
David Gabler is going in, and he's going to look like take the nose tackle position, or nose guard position, rather. See if he can help slow down the Pirates a little bit.
Penalty on that play is good for a first down.
That's a first down now. Mule's going to have to really focus keeping these penalties down. 1st and 10 now from the 32-yard line. And Hatton's, he liked that last time. It's another keeper, and he gets forward progress is going to get him to about the 25.
Ian Hatton with the ball will hurt a Mules combine on the stop.
So you look at the diversity in their offensive scheme. You've got passes, you've got quarterback keeps, you got two running backs carrying the ball. So the Mules have definitely got their hands full. And you talk about having to work together as a unit. You can't afford the mistakes, the penalties. I believe that's their 4th penalty on Poplar Bluff, and we're not even done with the first half yet. That brings up, I believe, a 2nd and 4, under 2.5 to play here in the second quarter, with Hatton under center at the bottom of your screen, number 21. Oh, there's a pitch out, and almost a fumble. Wow. Boy, those are dangerous. Poplar almost came up with a fumble recovery, and the ball is placed at the 30. It would have been nice to get the Mules' hands on the ball that time.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning, and it's going to give guys the time to take a little breather here and get their mind back into the game.
They'll be 3rd and 9.
Guess not.
And they've already taken that. It's under 2 minutes now. Here's Hollins coming back in. Gabler coming out. I remember his dad played. I mean, you got to.
Timeout called by the Pirates.
And the Pirates will take a time at the 1:44 mark here in the second quarter. Mules need to hold them. Good play on that last. Good stop on that last play. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Mules Football Live on City Cable.
She'll be graduating before I know it. I need to start planning now for our finances. Every little bit helps, like saving money on my business checking account.
Do you have a reason to start saving money using free business checking from First Midwest Bank?
There's never been a better time to come by and check out the Blackwell Ball and Ford Service Center. And here's just a few reasons why.
Going on right now, get a free Missouri State Safety Inspection with oil change upon request. And once your car or truck is ready for the road, put control back into your hands with a new set of tires.
We've got you covered there too. Our meter beat deals will do just that. We'll meter beat the lowest prices in the area.
Inside our body shop, you'll find experience and equipment like lifetime guarantee on all paint and repairs.
So put your concerns to rest and stop by the Blackwell Ball and Ford Service Center today.
Back in live action. There's a pass. Oh! Nice attempt there by Ben Knuckles. Boy, I tell you what, he almost made a circus interception. That Ben, Mr. Do Everything for Poplar Bluff. Yeah, it was good pass coverage that time.
It was good pass coverage. It was tight. But the effort put out by Ben Knuckles was pretty exceptional. I mean, he was giving everything he could all the way down to the ground.
Yeah, and of course that's a man-to-man coverage. You know, you've got Ben's not the fastest guy around. He's got some speed, but he didn't have. There wasn't a lot of separation between him and the intended receiver. As we got a 4th and 9. Sims going to try and kick a field goal. This is going to be about 43-yard field goal attempt against the wind, and I don't think so. No. It's hard to tell with our perception here, but Mules Hold'em, we got a chance to get some more points on the board. We're going to come back in just a moment, see what the Mules can do. You're watching Mules football right here on City Cable.
We wanted new ceramic floors in the kitchen.
I wanted a flat screen TV.
And we thought hardwood.
Flat screen TV.
We decided on tile.
Now get both at Flooring America. Buy $1,500 or more of carpet or hardwood, laminate or ceramic, and get a free flat screen TV. The bigger the purchase, the bigger the TV. And pay no interest for 18 months.
So she got her new floors.
Yes!
And my flat screen TV.
With you every step of the way.
St. Clair, but it bodes well for Poplar Bluff. It's quite a bit to ask for your field goal kicker, kicking a 43-yard field goal into the wind. Gives the Mules possession at their own 20. And shotgun, they got 90 seconds to do something. There's a pass completion, there's a block, and we pick up about 8 yards on that play. Good job for Poplar Bluff in that rush offense now. On 1:15 and counting, the Mules trailing by touchdown, but, you know, as we talked earlier, first 2 games of the season, Mules trailed 16-0 at New Madrid in their opening game against the Eagles. Trailed 35-0 against the Union last week, as we've got a 2nd and 4. Bullington back to pass. Oh, and he fakes. He's going to run with it. Get the first down and out of bounds. Excellent job by Bullington that time. You know, he had no plans to get close to the end zone. He wanted that first down. Stops the clock, gets out of bounds. 54.3 seconds left. And that should give Poplar Bluff, well, I thought it was a first down, but it looks like a 3rd and 1. I thought he turned the corner, maybe stepped out of bounds before he got to the marker. How about another little pass to Coble, lateral to Coble, and that air it out down the field to get the fans going crazy here at Freddie and Marlowe Stadium. 3rd and 1. Good pass block, good blocking. He's going to take it. Oh, you got to take it. You got to go. And he gets a first down. Man, you think, Boynton, he's got such long arms. He's a good athlete. Just stretch those freaking legs out and go. It's like, we should I go this way or that way? But he gets the job done there. Gets the Mules a first down and keeps the ball in their hands. They've got a 1st and 10, 44 seconds remaining here before they head to the locker room. Here's a shotgun. And he's airing it out. Oh, you got to go. You got to go, baby. And you can hear some of the coaches down on the sideline. That's the second play, Dwayne, that the Mules, the circus play that lateral out to Coble, intended for number 5, had his man beat by 10 yards. Same scenario here, but the problem is the football is going 10 yards past the intended receiver.
Right, and once again talking about where the quarterback, he knows where you should be in a second count. He steps back 1 step, 2nd step, he knows where you should be, and he's going to zip that ball down there to you. And if you're going half speed, not running full speed, you're not there, he's going to overthrow.
You can make the quarterback look bad, but it takes two to, you know, involves both. And we've got a flag on the field.
About a guy who's got meat eaters chasing them down, you got to find out where every one of your runners are at that point, and where your receivers are, rather. And so you're looking that over quickly. You got about 2.5 seconds to find out where all your receivers are and find out who's fixing to come and eat your lunch. So you got to maneuver.
Yeah, that's why, though, he's like gets to be the escort at the prom, though, for like the queen. See, I mean, he Boynton's got the talent, and he's getting protection. I think the receivers aren't getting downfield fast enough in those two scenarios we talked about, because what a beautiful way to end the half with about a 60-yard pass completion. And I don't know, was that Knuckles? I think it was Knuckles on that last play. Anyway, now we're looking at a 2nd and 10 with 28 seconds to go, and we've had more timeouts than you can imagine. We're going to take a quick timeout. Listen to one of our sponsors. You're watching Mules Football live on City Cable.
Let Flooring America help you escape to a world of vibrant color and captivating design with Stainmaster Carpet. Flooring America is celebrating the Stainmaster Carpet anniversary with savings on stylish and luxurious Stainmaster Carpet, laminate, wood, tile, and more. Plus, pay no interest for 3 years at Flooring America. The Stainmaster Carpet anniversary celebration going on now at Flooring America, with you every step of the way.
It was declined. We've got a looks like a 3rd down and 9. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. So glad you're with us today, folks. Beautiful day. The rain has stayed away, but it's coming. Believe me, it's coming. But the Mules and Pirates have been fortunate. Great field conditions. Beautiful day. 28 seconds remaining is our situation here. Mules have a 3rd and 9. As obviously everybody in the stadium knows, we're going to have a probably a pass play attempted by the Mules offense. 2 receivers top, 1 bottom of the screen. Bullington in shotgun, and he's back to pass. He's got plenty of time. It looked like he had plenty of time, and now he's sacked, but it looks like now it might have a fumble recovery. The ball was knocked loose, but the referees indicate it's a Mule possession, so they'll be kicking off. Thank goodness for that, because you don't want to have an opportunity for your opponent to put more points on the board before you head to the locker room. It's 4th down now, and good pass coverage by the Hannibal Pirates. You look at these little 5-yard button hook passes. A lot of times it's not how far the pass is thrown, it's what happens to the receiver after he catches the ball. And we've got the horses to do that, and we might see some of that in the second half as the Mules failed on that 3rd down conversion. Here's the kick by Thompson, and here's the catch. And he's swarmed. Number 21 gets inside Mules territory to the 48-yard line as we've got a little under 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. Now, when are they going to mark some of these high school players up, Dwayne, so we can actually hear the your mama's fat, or, when the guy's talking at the line? Well, you played ball. Did you ever hear, you guys are breathing out there. Is anything ever said or anything going on, or when the intensity level's high?
Oh, most definitely, and especially on the defensive side. And my idea was to get the quarterback as absolutely scared as I possibly could, and to back my mouth up at least 50% of the time. So I wanted him to always be afraid of me.
Yeah, I mean, any type of intimidation is definitely in your advantage. 1st and 10 now. Here's a pass play, wide open, over. It's over 29's head for Poplar Bluff. One of the safeties. That was we don't have a name on number 29. Good pass play, just lobbed it over there. Hadden did, and we've got the last play of the ball game. He's airing it out. And 21 almost had an interception. It was right there for him, Jake Smith. Irrelevant. So the strength of schedule, we want to touch on that just briefly as the Mules, in the form of Thompson, kick it off. Good kick. Gets down to the 7-yard line. It's picked up by number 24. There's rather 21. That's Mark Nemes. One of the weapons offensively for the Pirates, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. But that schedule strength, New Madrid County Central was ranked 10th in that when we played them in the first game of the season at New Madrid. Then we go up to Union, 7th-ranked team in the state. And now Hannibal's a team that plays a lot of upper-tier competition. So we get this these first 3 games out of the way, this really tougher schedule. The toughest team on the map that I see is Farmington for Poplar Bluff.
I thought it was really a good idea for us to play the team we did last week, playing that caliber of a team, and it gives you a chance to see. And right through the hole that time, when the guard and tackle, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, it's good that, the Mules have got, we looked at the scores from last night's contest. In our conference, you've got Cape lost 42-6 at the hands of Blytheville. Gateway Tech 14-7 over Jackson. So there's no really overpowering teams there. West Plains, the last game of the year, one of our district opponents, they're 0-2. We don't know what they did last night. As heads back to pass, he got some pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, baby. That's number 29 with a sack. We don't know who number 29. We'll find out, though, and everybody will. It might be a household name one of these days. Great job in the backfield to just keep the pressure on and just zero in on Hatton. Hauls him down. The ball's going to be placed at about the 16, 17-yard line. That's a big loss. 2nd and 7 now. And we're under, actually, 3rd and 12. 3rd and long for the Hannibal Pirates. 2 receivers. Nimitz at the bottom of your screen. 2 in the backfield. And here's Hatton rolling out. And you got to get some man-to-man on this guy. Nimitz catches the ball. And he's going to be well short, though. Good job by secondary to converge in. That's number 24, number 29, Dwayne. That's number 24. It's Caleb Conover along with 29, who just had the sack. And it'll be a 4th down, and the Mules keep the Pirates from gaining momentum to start the second half here. It's a 3-and-out for Hannibal.
And they're going to go ahead and punt this one. Something to make a point right now is the wind has picked up. It's starting to get dark here, and it looks like might see some rain moving in quickly if it continues the way it is.
Here's Coble. Coble's got the turn, and he's got some speed. He's probably one of the best athletes on the Mule squad if you talk to coaching staff. Gets the ball returned inside the Pirate territory to the 49. That's the Mules take over. Great way to start the second half.
Exactly. I tell you what, Coble is playing hard today. You got Ben Knuckles playing hard, and then of course we got our meat packers that we was talking about earlier, which is Ethan Hollins and Dylan James. So far, those guys are really standing out. And right now, I think Coble has definitely come back ready to play some balls as well.
Yeah, now we got a penalty though that moves the ball back 10 yards. There might have been a holding call on that return by Poplar Bluff. Pretty much negates the return by number 10, Greg Coble. Coble is also a basketball player. I think he's the nephew of Greg Coble that played for the Three Rivers Raiders basketball team, and I remember watching him play. Great athletic family, and we've got a 1st and 10 with under 10 minutes to go here. And you look at the athletes on this squad. I mean, the Mules are very capable guys, a lot of versatility. You've got 3 players going both ways as the referees try to figure out what day it is. And we've got the Mules breaking huddle. Bullington had a couple pass completions there in the first half. Did a good job keeping the ball on a couple runs as the Mules will take over now. 1st and 10, inside 10 minutes to go at the 46-yard line. Trailing by 7 with Ben Knuckles bottom of the screen, and then there's Ferguson in motion. You notice he gets that now. He only got about 3-4 yards there, but boy, I tell you what, he's slippery is the best way to describe him. That's how Coach Kirby described the guy. He's just real slippery because his footwork is so quick, and he can find a seam, a crease, anything to get his legs through, and he's gone. And it was evidenced by a couple plays there in the first half.
Well, one thing that would come to your mind first is to say, let's get some more meat on him. But that's the guy you don't want a lot of meat on. You want him to be able to do exactly what he's doing.
Now, Bullington, it's another story. As we talked about, there's Ferguson piling through for it looks like a 1st down for Poplar Bluff inside Pirate territory. Hey, mate. The 43-yard line. The Mules look like they've got a first down. And good to put those first half woes behind them. It'd be nice if they go another 43 yards here with a sustained drive and take it in for a TD with Bullington under center. Two receivers right, Ferguson in motion, another handoff to Ferguson. You know, they're thinking, well, this guy, they're not going to give it to him again. You know, so it's kind of a chess game. You know, the defensive coordinator for Hannibal is thinking, okay, the guy's in motion, but he's not going to hand off again. Well, they keep giving the ball to Ferguson. He keeps gaining yards. You're going to keep doing the same thing.
Exactly, yes. I would do the same thing. I would be playing my best game to the, how would you say this, as vicious as I possibly could, and I'd be going some back routes. And don't go the way that it normally would go or that you would expect to see everybody doing. I mean, just do something different. Mix it up.
Yeah, and that's what they've done. Here's something different right here. A pass to Knuckles. We got a flag on the play, though, and he's tripped up, though. Good play.
Penalty flag down.
Good play by number 25. That's Jacob King, 5'7", 170. Looks a lot bigger than what it's showing on the program. And we've got a flag on the play, but, you know, it's good to see Bullington pass the ball. If he could have shaken one defender, been nice, but it's all negated here with a penalty. Glad you be with us today, folks. The Ike remnants have staved off very well. We've got a great ball game here. Great field position for Poplar Bluff. It was until we picked up that penalty. Field's in great condition, so Mules look forward to picking up some yardage here. You don't want to get caught in those third and long situations. Mules through the first two games, 1-18 on third down conversions. As Jake Smith comes to the sideline for Poplar Bluff.
And Coble is back in.
And Coble's back in. And I tell you got to utilize this guy. You got to utilize that speed and that athleticism. We'll see if the Mules do this time. Is Ferguson. And he gets away. Gets the pass away. And I tell you what, kudos to Bullington for not taking a major loss on that play.
Almost intentional grounding, but the coach just got through saying, there's a guy. We had a guy. And he said, okay, all right. He picks up the flag.
Yeah. I get. Well, you know, the rule says you throw it in the direction of the receiver. It's got to be in the direction of the intended receiver, and he's got to be, quote unquote, in the play. And you know, it can't be like 60 yards down the field and you throw a 10-yard pass to him. But yeah, I thought that was a good call. That was a no call. As Ferguson comes off the bench, they're not going to use him this time, and we come up to a 3rd and 11 with Ben Knuckles at the bottom of the screen, and Bullington under center. Coble's got the ball. He's going to pass it. And now what happens here, because the ball was underthrown, you've got Knuckles playing a defender, keeping number 34, Bryant Ruby, the 5'9 junior, from making an interception. Ball was underthrown. The timing was off on that a little bit, but, you know, you got to give Mules credit. Been nice to see a sustained drive. You know, you give me 3 yards every play, any coach is going to take that. And two pass plays there negated in no yards. Of course, the penalty didn't help at all, as we've got Thompson kicking the ball, and not his best kick. It's going to take a couple bounces, going to be inside the 20-yard line. So that's where the Pirates will take over, as we're 7:37 remaining in the third quarter. Mules trailing 14-7. You're watching Mules Football Live on City Cable.
When does a bank become the leader in customer service? When your bank makes a commitment to be where you are. And that's what we've done at First Community Bank.
With locations in Poplar Bluff, Malden, Bernie, Campbell, and on Mount Auburn Road in Cape Girardeau, we're close to where you are.
And wherever you are, we're only a click away with free internet banking and bill payment service.
And that's why First Community Bank is the leader in customer service.
We're back live action, number 11, Josh Freeman. What a mighty hit by Freeman there on the Pirates. Looked like Nichols there as we just littered the area. The wind's picking up here up in the press booth. 7-12 and counting. That was a no gain situation for the Hannibal Pirates. They tried to move it through. Freeman was right there to stack them up. that time in the weight room, I'm sure, paid off for Freeman on that play as Hatton's under center. 2 men in the backfield. He's going to roll out. There's his receiver. And he's, yeah! You know, number 51 is thinking for Poplar Bluff. Penny's thinking, that was my sack, baby, but he slowed him down long enough, so he can't feel bad about that. Williams, and then Hollins came in with his little love tap. Hollins got to be feeling high as a kite with that fumble recovery. 3rd and 22, and I tell you, when you keep a team from moving forward and they go back,
LG Johnson.
Yeah, LG Johnson in on that. And you got some meat up there on that defense that wreaked havoc on this offensive series by the Pirates. They got a 3rd and long now. You know you got a pass play. Let's get some good pass coverage. Oh! A one-hander, baby! Who goes that? Josh Freeman. It's Josh Freeman hour, folks. The hour of power.
Interception by number 11, Josh Freeman.
Boy, I tell you what, the guy put a couple feathers in his cap. Now, I don't know if they put decals in the back of the helmets, but he earned a couple right there, those last few plays. Josh Freeman goes high, one-handed interception there at the 32-yard line.
First down, Poplar Bluff, 10 yards from the 32.
That changes the momentum. There's Freeman's picture up on the scoreboard. As we're looking at a 1st and down now, 1st and 10 for Poplar Bluff, approaching 6 minutes. Momentum switched, but didn't fool anybody on that play whatsoever. You know, Zach started to go the hole, but there was no hole there, partly because the line did not create a hole, and the defense read it perfectly. They knew exactly what was coming. It's going to be a 2nd and 9, only picked up 1 yard on that play. And the Mules going to have to capitalize here. This is crucial if they get a 1st down to keep driving the ball inside, deep inside the Pirates' territory. That's number 54 for Poplar Bluff. Zach Stricker done a great job. He's a senior at center. And it's shotgun formation, man, top of the screen. Here's Bullington. He's keeping it, and he's going to get about 4 yards maybe, Dwayne. And it looked like not much at all, but he gets a gain of 3 or 4. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4 or 5, and big play coming up here for the Mules.
Without a doubt. I'll tell you what, this drive has to continue on this way. We have to keep that excitement up. We just cannot even take one step back. It has to just go forward. Bruce, we can do it.
We can do it. I feel good about our chances here. 3rd and 5. And we'll see what type of play the offensive coordinators come up with for the Mules. You've got Knuckles at the bottom of the screen. And the ball's lost on the ground. And fumble recovery. And, boy, that's the worst thing could have happened. As we turn the ball over, the ball's fumbled.
Fumble recovered by number 25.
And that recovery, Jacob King, you heard his name quite a bit this afternoon. 5'7", 170, gets the fumble recovery. So 2 turnovers, 1 for each, the Mules and the Pirates. But that came at a crucial time in the ball game with under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Mules trailing by a touchdown.
10 yards to go from the 33.
Yeah, maybe the defense can score a touchdown for us with 1st and 10, the ball in the 33. First man through. Look at those legs. There he is, the guy I talked about at halftime. 6 foot 225. He's a monster. Only a junior. Zachary Nichols. You got that with those powerful legs just pounding through. You had 2 or 3 defenders on him at a time, Dwayne.
Yeah, and eventually you're going to slow down. You're going to get stopped, and it's going to stand you up, and that's when you get the other guys come in and take them down. You got to hit that guy low, and you got to work. You got to stop those legs.
Yeah, I mean, the lower you hit him, the better. I mean, you wrap him up, he's going to have to come down, but you get it higher up to those thighs and midsection. He's not going anywhere, as was evidenced by that last play. And there he goes. This is Jacob. This is Jacob, the senior, number 25, plows through. Looks like going to keep it on the ground. The advantage for doing so for the Pirates is it keeps the clock running. That's a 1st down. And right at midfield, the Mules going to have to come up with something as we're under 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter at Freddie Marl Stadium. 3rd game of the season. Mules 1-1 thus far. Next week is Dexter. Now, just to let you know, we will not televise the Dexter game, but after that, because everybody can drive over there and watch it, after that, every game for the rest of the year, even in the playoffs, as we thought Jacob had the ball, but there was a keeper by Hatton and Hatton gets about 3. It's a good thing we're not playing on the Mules defense, because I'm telling you, I think the guys got the ball and the other guys got the ball. But anyway, they read it pretty well. Don't know who had the tackle on that, but it's about a 3-yard line, a 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7, and they're getting more comfortable with running the ball on the ground, or with the ground game, as Hatton under center, 2 backs, 2nd man through, and this is just a big, strong man, like a man among boys here. Nichols again plows through, and it's another 1st down. You know, the Mules going to have to just pull himself up by the bootstraps, because that turnover, that 3rd and 5 we had down there was so crucial. We were around their 30-yard line, knocking on the door, and then you turn the ball back over. Momentum shift big time, as we're looking at a 1st and 10, under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Not much there, maybe a yard and a half or so, but and the longer you keep that defense out there, you played football, Dwayne, it wears you down, and that's what they're trying to do with that ground game.
Yeah, especially if you're playing offense and defense both. And like I said, it's not only the physical fatigue, but it's the mental fatigue, and you're trying to decide, okay, I've got to think defensively now, and you got to make things happen, and you got to change your mode.
Yeah, it's can be a challenge. You got a 2nd and 8 now from the 35-yard line. Come on, Mules. Let's put some pressure on this guy. Good pass cover. Oh, they called the flag, threw the flag. It's going to be pass interference at about the 25-yard line. Boy, I tell you, number 79 almost had a hand on this guy. That's Dylan Janes. Dylan Janes, a good ball player, senior offensive lineman, and that's going to, I believe it's 5 yards from the point of the foul. We didn't see what safety or cornerback had the coverage on that, but that's not a good thing, because that's going to move the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line. Mules trailing 14-7, and it's automatic 1st down as the defense stays out on the field, and hopefully the offense is ready to do something. A team that has got some good athletes on it. They've got a tough schedule. They haven't made a lot of mistakes, as we've got a referee timeout. Number 46 brings the ball in for, that's Tony Hinton, the junior, or brings the play in. And it looks like we've got a timeout here. And we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Mules Football live on City Cable.
There's never been a better time to come by and check out the Blackwell Ball and Ford Service Center. And here's just a few reasons why.
Going on right now, get a free Missouri State safety inspection with oil change upon request. And once your car or truck is ready for the road, put control back into your hands with a new set of tires.
We've got you covered there too. Our meter beat deals will do just that. We'll meter beat the lowest prices in the area.
Inside our body shop, you'll find experience and equipment like lifetime guarantee on all paint and repairs.
So put your concerns to rest and stop by the Blackwell Ball and Ford Service Center today.
Don't miss out on red hot deals at Bluff Honda Polaris.
Save up to $1,500 on 07 and 08 Polaris Sportsman.
These 2006 Polaris Outlaws, get them now while they last for just $49.99.
Or an 07 Sportsman 800, now just $64.99.
How about a 2007 Polaris Sportsman 700, special price at just $59.99.
Get 3.99% interest for up to 60 months for qualified buyers. Be sure to visit our website at www.bluffhonda.com.
Bluff Honda Polaris, Highway 67 North in Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
We're back, and right when we come back on the telecast, we got a penalty flag. Check your winning numbers, folks. 28275. Mine's 208-276. I hate that. Could have won the car and the trip and the plane. And I hate that. We got another flag on the play, and I believe obviously that's against the Mules as well. I don't know what the penalty call was, but makes it 1st and 5 now for the Pirates as they line up 2 receivers down, and you've got a touchdown by number 25, Jim Bob, number 25. Man, I mean, I think half the team, 1/3 of the team thought it was a keeper, another third thought it was a number 24, and then K-Bob just plows in the end zone. Those 24 and 25 have got some incredible leg strength, and they just it's just hard to stop, hard to bring down, as was evidenced by the touchdown there by King. As it now the score is 20-0, or rather 20-7. Looking for the point after by Matt Sims. It's up. It's good. Mules trailing now. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, trailing 21-7. Let's go, Mules. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. And Hannibal proceeded to march down the field, grinding up the clock and the yardage, with King going in from about 12 yards out. But there is some good news. The Boston Butts are still available, Dwayne.
I didn't catch that. Where are they at? I need to get about 5.
Yeah, they're only, I think they're $20, and if you're driving by, folks, and you can't be driving by watching the telecast, but if you happen to be at home and you want the Boston Butts, and come on out here and cheer the Mules on. They're going to need it here. We're at 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, with the Mules trailing by 2 touchdowns. Pirates feeling confident. So obviously when you're up by 2 scores, your defense is going to feel loose and light, and realizing they're about a quarter and some change away from picking up a W. So here's Bullington for Poplar Bluff in the shotgun, looking at a pass play. And just to rush too much. The line's going to have to. The problem is the offensive line, I think, Dwayne, is not giving him enough time, or they're giving him enough time, but he's telegraphing the play to the point where the guys on the edge, the defenders are just rushing and closing in on whatever type of pass play he's trying to accomplish, and the ball never made it in the hands of Knuckles in that play.
Without a doubt. And I'll tell you what, these guys cannot back down. Right, here we go, getting pass off to the top of your screen. It's been picked off, and they're going to run it back to about the 5-yard line, and another bad setback for the Mules.
That's a second interception thrown by Bullington tonight. And the thing about it is, both those interceptions were right. You could have had a Mules jersey on those guys, right into the hands of a Pirates defender, and that really puts the Mules back in a hole inside their 10. We're looking at about the 9-yard line. 1st and 10, already down by 2 scores, and the offensive machine is pretty much stalled right now for Poplar Bluff. The defense back on the field, and Haddon has done a good job as the field general for Hannibal, mixing it up. These guys are all athletic, and you're going to see obviously 24 and 25 moving the ball right now, and you've got a wall put up by Poplar Bluff. In on that play is number 36 for the Mules. That's Austin Williams. And we do have some guys out, but man, I tell you, you can't make mistakes like that, especially when you have an excellent kicker like Thompson. Even if you try to grind out on the ground and you get 5 or 8 yards and you don't get the first down, you got a guy that can kick the ball 30, 40 yards. At least move them back to midfield, or maybe even in their territory. As we've got looks like a timeout called by Hannibal here. 1:11 to go in the third quarter, and boy, oh boy, here we go, boys and girls. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. We're back. Knuckles with a big smack on, I think it's number 24. As he pulls inside, gets down about the forward progress, gets him down to about the 4-yard line, inside the 5. As we wind down the third quarter, 21-7, and the Pirates are close to pay dirt.
3rd down and 4. From 3rd down and goal on the 4.
And we've got a 3rd down and goal. Defense has been out there a long time.
Jake Smith kind of felt like he's hurt. Getting up slow.
Yeah, Jake Smith, big component of this Mules defense. And the ball's dropped. Oh, boy, that would have been beautiful. It would have been a great opportunity for Mules to get their hands on that football. 2 turnovers in this ball. Well, 4 turnovers, actually. 2 on the ground. Mules and Pirates fumbled once, and then 2 interceptions thrown by Boynton. Last one coming just a couple moments ago that allowed the Pirates to be in the position they're in, and they lost 2 yards on that play. As the third quarter winds down, Mules trailing by 2 touchdowns, and Pirates knocking on the door. We'll come back in just a moment with the fourth quarter. You're watching Mules Football Live right here on City Cable. Here we are to start the fourth quarter. Hope everybody at home is doing well on this September weekend. Got some rain coming in tonight, and the rain's pouring down on the Mules in the form of the Pirates right now. They're going to attempt a field goal, a 4th and 6 from the 6 yard line. It's going to be about a 20-something yard attempt. It's up and it's good. And that was pretty nice of Mark St. Clair to do that, instead of running another. Maybe he wasn't thinking about trying to run the score up or keep the score down. But, remember in the second quarter they tried to kick a 43-yard field goal with a wind against them. I'm thinking, dude, you don't even see that in college, I mean, it'd be nice. It would be nice, speaking of which, if Josh Thompson, number 1 for Poplar, who's done an exemplary job of getting the ball placed deep in the Pirates' territory on these kickoffs, give him a chance to kick a field goal. There's your score, folks, 24-7. Just starting the fourth quarter. Ozark Fitness, one of the fine sponsors, Poplar Regional Medical Center, Robertson Contractors, Simmons Tire and Automotive. They got that dog and all those great tires. Poplar Medical Partners, another one of our fine sponsors. First Community Bank, Bailey's Auto Glass. You just put them all in a bowl and mix them up. You're just like, wow, it's some awesome sponsors. We appreciate everybody for all that you do to help bring us this telecast. And I tell you, we were talking about the facility here. Man, it's beautiful. That scoreboard is just awesome, especially, when they had the honor tour. They got to see all those pictures up there that Tucker Davis took. Here's a kickoff, and there's Coble taking it at the 5-yard line. He's got the man in front of him. He's going to have to get outside. He's got the speed, and there looks like a holding call. A flag goes down. He's up to the 34. I believe it will be negated. It will be negated, and they'll bring it back as the Mules are going to have to come up with some fast strikes offensively as they find themselves in a 24-7 hole.
Yeah, this is definitely not what we wanted to see happen right now. So we're 24-7, and it's just not the point that we're wanting to go to right now. You're a trip.
Yeah. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's 24-7. Mule's going to have to do some major through-the-air productivity here. You're not going to see too much on the ground because obviously the pass play is going to stop the clock. They're going to try to get out of bounds. But they're trailing by 17, 2 points, 2 scores, and a field goal to tie it. And we've got a new field zone. You got Coble at quarterback, and he loses the ball on his first play as quarterback. And he loses the football, and it's picked up by number 45, and things are just falling to pieces for Poplar Bluff. 45, he's not on our list, not on the roster that we've got for Hannibal.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Hannibal, first down.
Coble's athletic ability obviously is evident. That play, he just, what can you say? I mean, they applied the pressure came, and the ball was fumbled, picked up by Hannibal. They've got the ball inside the Mules 20, and Hannibal's has this game pretty much in hand. We might have a false start on behalf of Hannibal, and that's the call. Yeah, that honor guard was honor tour was something special, wasn't it? Preceding the ball game.
It was pretty special. Yes, I'm glad that we was able to do that, and that the storm held off so we can get that accomplished and pay tribute to the guys. I mean, special work, guys and gals. I understand there was one lady that could have been here who is a World War II veteran too, but she couldn't make it.
Yeah, and you look at the age of these folks. I mean, they all have to be pretty much in their 80s. I mean, that was years and years ago, and it's kind of cramped in the backfield there offensively for Hannibal. They hand off to 25. Jacob King. He's already got a score on the ground from 12 yards out in the third quarter. As we approach the 11:20 mark here in the fourth, Mules just trying to keep the intensity level high, the passion high, but they're trailing 24-7. So, the key is to try to get better every play. Every coach will tell you you want to improve every game. So, the game's not over until the bell rings. You got Hatton still in there as a field general. He pitches out now. There's number 20. Look at those legs. Look at the. The guy's got so much strength, and he stiff-armed 2 defenders for Poplar Bluff and almost got into the end zone.
Coming up now, 1st and 7 on the 7.
Hatton's going to keep it, and he's going nowhere. As the clock continues to run, they keep it on the ground. They might try another field goal in a minute, 24-7. And coming in tonight's action, the Mules on paper look like, 1-1. Hannibal's 1-1. Lost to Harrisonville, which we know they had a tough schedule. We had a tough schedule. But, you look at our injuries and you look at the situation with offensively, how we were so stymied and stagnant in the first halves, not scoring a point. I felt like, we got that first touchdown in the second quarter and only down by touchdown, 14-7, going in the locker room. But you've had some turnovers by the Mules, and they just haven't been able to stop this ground game by Hannibal. And that play there, that's Jacob King again, only 5'7". I'm 5'7", but I think he's a little stronger than I am.
Well, Bruce, there's one thing we've been really defending our Mules and talking about what they have against them and what they're coming back from. But we're talking about the Pirates here, who I believe last week only had 1 hour of practice. They're dealing with the loss of a teammate, and now they're 21 points ahead.
Yeah, and this was a key loss, too. The gentleman caught he had caught a touchdown pass, I think, in the first game of the season. So, it wasn't reserved. This guy was an integral part of the team. He's an integral part of the team either way, whether he's a starter or not. But yeah, so they've dealt with some real adversity here. And as you got to number 24 again, trying to pull the train into the station down to the 1 yard line, and it looks like they're going to be. I would suspect that Nichols might get the ball again on 4th down. What do you think?
That's where I would put my money. I'd take it that way and drive the train right down the middle of the track.
And I don't think he's going to say, no, I don't know, Coach. I just don't. Well, looky here. Is that I think he's coming out of the ballgame. They're getting somebody else an opportunity to get their hands on the football. 24-7 is our score under 9 minutes to go. There you got a good angle from our camera crew. That's Mike Blue, the All-American. I think he was an All-American in high school. As referee blocks our view. But there's another touchdown. Probably good y'all didn't see that, Mules fans, back home. And that makes it 30-7 with an extra point attempt coming up. Maybe that was just a design play by the camera crew to keep the referee in front of the play, so the Mules fans didn't see Nichols crossing the goal line. 30-7 is our score. Under 9 minutes to go with Matt Sims. The kick. Ian Hatton, the quarterback, to hold, and the kick is up, and it's good. Not good for us. 31-7. That's our score with 8:42 remaining. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. And we're back. We've got an injured player on the field. Here's a kickoff. Here's a return by number 3, Ben Knuckles, and he's he's wrapped up. He's wrapped up big time, but I tell you, and he's hurting. I tell you, the guy's really hurt. His right arm is bothering me. He's shaking it there, holding on to it. But, the guy stays out on the field. 12 tackles last week against Union. Probably the most productive guy on the ball club. As you've got Knuckles going to the top of the screen. You got number 21 at the bottom, Jake Smith, the junior. Bullington back in there. Here's Ferguson looking for some room, and he's going to get about 2 yards and about 3 bruises on that play.
Zach Ferguson, the ball carrier.
31-7, the Mules trailing. No trick plays will be coming from the coaching staff here, Dwayne, because too big a hole. They just have to work on some execution and play to the final buzzer.
That's right. Now, you know what you think about Friday Night Lights whenever you hear that name. You automatically just get all pumped up and excited. We're seeing Saturday afternoon lights here, the game on Saturday daytime. And I tell you what, they're going to have to get some of that Friday night fever. You know, it's 7:57 left in the game. It's time's running down.
Yeah, we've got a 2nd and 8 now, and here's a pass play across the middle. Hey, you know, we could have done that in the first half. I think that was a great play call right there. Instead of, you know, you get a man coming across the flat, 88, Gehringer. Little too late. Colin Gehringer, though, the senior wide receiver. You know, that's the first flat pass play that I recall. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dwayne. Into the flat. They've all been on the side, down the sideline, or just pretty much almost a lateral. Gives the Mules a 1st and 10. 7:32 remaining with man in motion, pass out, and he's tackled immediately, or stopped immediately by number 89, Eric Rhodes, 6-foot senior. Only 12 seniors on this ball club for the Pirates. For Poplar Bluff, you get 10 returning starters, and you got a 1,000-yard rusher coming back. So the Mules definitely have the weapons. They're just going to have to work on execution. And now we've got to face with a 2nd 11, under 7 minutes to go. Here's Ferguson. And Boynton back to pass. Obviously he's going to be going long. Here's a nice pass. Beautiful pass. Nice pass. Nice reception. Hey, you got to take some good things out of it. Jake Smith.
Pass completed, number 21, Jake Smith.
That is a complete pass to Jake Smith, junior wide receiver. As
the guy who made the catch will go was Colin Gehringer, and his brother Colby is the one who is out right now with a torn muscle or tendon in his knee, and so he came out there and made a really nice catch out there in the center, and or to the left side, rather, bottom of the screen, and that was a good catch.
Yeah, 2 good pass plays in a row by Boynton. You've got Bryant in motion. Boynton now in the pocket, goes to pass. Oh, wow! Coble showed his athleticism there. Number 8, the defender Sims, trying to interception. It bounced off him into Coble's hands. He almost held on to it. Good pass by Boynton. You know, they can build on this offensive series here as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the final quarter. Mules trailing 31-7. Their lone score coming in the second quarter, and all over the field have been the Pirates, namely in the form of Zachary Nichols at number 24, who has like tanks for legs. Reminds me of Austin Tinsley. I remember one time they were back. I think it was Kirby, Shane Kirby, the head coach for the Mules, played with Tinsley. Tinsley, I just remember seeing him going down the sidelines. He had one guy in one leg and one guy on the other one. He shook the one guy off. The other guy's he's hanging on, but Tinsley continues to plow down the field. Just that leg strength, just powerful legs, and just an awesome running back for Poplar Bluff. And this guy kind of reminds me of him in terms of his leg strength and what he can do once he gets that football. He's not going down. He's not taking a 2-yard gain. I mean, he's gonna those legs are just gonna like start your engines. And he's been a big part of the success of the Pirates tonight.
Weight training is vital, especially for your linemen. I mean, they've got to have just exceptionally strong legs. My wife likes to call my legs tree trunks, and that comes from just a lot of working out on legs. Even in the pro sports, I mean, that's what was vital. We had to have strong legs. That was your base.
Well, now, you used to wear tights and stuff and when you do like a pro wrestler, didn't you?
See, we're back to the line.
Well, hey, we got a series coming up on that. This guy was a pro wrestler, I'm telling you. All right, Boynton back to pass. He's hammered. He's covering. There's number 33, Ferguson. Goes out and catches the ball, moves it inside the 15 to the 12, first down. Where's that? Hey, Dwayne, where's the offense been, baby? I mean, that's beautiful. You know, he's got 3 out of the last 5 pass completions, different receivers each time, utilizing Ferguson in a different role. You know, he's usually just a handoff to him, but beautiful.
Well, without a doubt. We're seeing that second half team coming back here in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, we should have seen them about 17 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's Boynton again. The ball definitely was not a spiral. He's motioning to his receivers. Maybe some miscommunication there, but you know Boynton's done a good job. Maybe just build off this and bring it right into the next ball game. Speaking of which, our next contest is going to be at Dexter. Dexter is 0-2, I believe now 0-3. They lost last night, so the Mules going to have a good opportunity to even the record at 2-2. It looks like they'll be going to 1-2 in about 6 minutes. Mules trailing 31-7, but they're knocking on the door. You got a man in motion, Bryant, and oh my goodness, he got the ball off. A little bit overthrown though. That would have been another nice catch. And you look back, Dwayne, you look at some of these pass attempts by Boynton. Boy, just barely, 3-5 yards, and the guy's got it. I mean, so, and obviously in a passing situation, you don't want to underthrow the ball. I mean, you have that as a quarterback in your mind. You don't want to underthrow the ball because then you have a greater opportunity for the defenders to intercept it. But, and plus that pass by Coble, the guy was wide open in the second quarter on the sideline. But we're looking now at a 3rd and 10, 5:46 remaining. And it's shaping up to be another pass play. Coble at the bottom of the screen. Boynton getting the pressure. And looky here! Jake Smith makes it look easy. The Jakester. Hey, let's keep it going, Mules. As the defense will be back on the field momentarily. Makes it 31-13. And I tell you, a very impressive offensive series there by Poplar Bluff.
Indeed, Bruce. I tell you what, I'm glad to see that pop up here. And now they're going to get the chance. The defense is rested up because the offense had possession there for a considerable amount of time. So now defense gets to come back and hopefully return the favor and put some hard licks on the offense and get the ball back.
We're looking at a 2-point conversion here. Here's Colby. Looks like he's going to take it in. And he looks like he crosses a plane. We're waiting on the officials show it's a touchdown or a 2-point conversion. Yeah, some of the guys aren't doing push-ups. All right. 31-15 now, and you look at it. It's not a stretch to say we get an onside kick, which I'm sure that's a possibility, an option for the for Kirby and his other coaches. Offensive, you get the ball back on an offside kick, and another 8 would make it 23. Then another 8, 31. We tie the score. We win the game. We have a parade. I mean, things can happen. But the good thing is they got another touchdown, and if they could just show Boynton before they show him, okay, this is where things didn't go right for the offense, but this is where they went right. It was like a well-oiled machine, that last offensive series, which resulted in a touchdown for Poplar Bluff, and they really need to grab a hold of that and realize that they've got the ability to play with anybody. It's just you got to do it for 4 quarters.
You can always look at the mistakes that everybody makes, your team makes, the opponents make, but you got to capitalize when your opponents make the mistakes, and that's where we have to just really take advantage of those mistakes and make it happen for us.
Yeah, a couple passes that were intercepted. We had a fumble down there in about the 30-yard line as Thompson prepares to kick off. 5:41 remaining. There's an onside kick, goes out of bounds, and
flag down.
Boy, the PA definitely has some volume. They really got that PA ramped up this year, let me tell you. Here we are, folks, Freddie Morrow Stadium, 5:39 to go in the 4th quarter, 31-15. Mules just scored. And thanks to number 21, Jake Smith, the junior, integral part of the offensive unit for Poplar Bluff. Hollins is out there hobbling around. He's done a good job, had a fumble recovery. And Ben Knuckles looks like he's all healed up now. I mean, he just got reamed on that last kickoff return. And they're ready for a chance to put the stop on the Pirates with Hatton giving the ball off to looks like 25. That's Jacob King. You've heard his name a lot. 5'7", 170-pound senior. Well, we've got a lot of cheerleaders, don't we? You're like 50 cheerleaders. We got a bunch of cheerleaders.
We got a lot of players.
We got a lot of we got a lot of players too. And we got a lot of fun, but we need to have a lot of points. And that's the only area we're lacking in tonight or this afternoon. 31-15, Mules trailing by 16. Tried the onside kick, went out of bounds. And this is a second play in the series by Hatton and Company, 2nd and 9. And they're going nowhere, so it's going to another stop. The Mules have an opportunity to get the ball back. Hey, we're back. We'd like to thank our producer, Gary.
3rd down and 9 from the 37 for Hannibal.
Gary Davis, the incomparable, can bench press half his weight. Director Russ Black, cameraman Mike Blue. Almost a household name, as looks like the Pirates are stacked up there by the never-ending, passionate defense of Poplar Bluff. A ball was just kicked off. Ferguson, Zach, Mr. Do Everything, returned the ball up to the 37, about a 7-yard return. Taken out by a Pirates defender as the Mules take over there at the 37, trailing by 16 points. Again, an opportunity here, Dwayne, to get another score on the board and get their confidence level up as we move into the 4th game of the season at the Dexter Bearcats next week.
Right before we came back, the rush on the punter was really good. He was able to tip that one off, and so we're looking good.
Here's Bullington back to pass. He's airing it out. Go, baby, go! Oh! Bullington almost ripped it out of the hands. Almost ripped it out of the hands of Kaylee Bomer, number 87, 5'8", 135 pounds. My goodness. These guys are like on Deal-A-Meal or something, you know? It's like 135. He looks a lot bigger than that. Anyway, we've got a 2nd and 10 coming up. You're probably going to see more pass plays. You got the ever-confident Jake Smithster, who got a TD pass. 2nd touchdown of the game for Poplar Bluff just a few moments ago. Ferguson in motion with Bullington getting plenty of time. Oh, see, and that's a pass that actually I think it was intended for Pete Bryant, number 5, but nevertheless incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down, 4:21 remaining as the Mules try to continue their offensive march down the field with Coble coming back in. And out goes Kaylee Bohm, or rather Eric Rhodes. 3rd and 10, 4:21 remaining. Coble at the bottom of your screen with Ferguson in motion. And Bullington's having to scramble. There's a pass well overthrown to Ferguson. And we're going to have a 4th down coming up. You know, and of course, understandable that the Mules want to do passing plays. It stops the clock, and also they're capable of completions. But, you know, you just kind of wonder maybe they catch the defense off guard and mixing a run in there every now and then.
Without a doubt, Bruce. I tell you what, we got to see some a magic act right here. 4th and 10 on the 37.
For our Poplar Bluff Mules, 2 receivers top, 2 bottom. Man in motion. Here's a double pass. Oh, nice pass. Wow. The Kobelmeister. Coble to Knuckles. Well, they got her done.
First down, Poplar Bluff.
How about that? Boy, Knuckles everywhere. And you got to take your head off to Coble, too. He's a do-everything kind of guy. And I tell you, they had some time. The defense had some time to get in on that play more, but through an excellent pass, right on target.
And we're seeing some more delay here, trying to figure out whether they're going to get Ferguson out to the left.
1st and 10 now for Poplar Bluff. Another pass, got to turn, you got to turn. Oh! Knuckles caught it! Whoa, baby! Knuckles! You see how he turned in, turned outside. and the defender turned outside, but then he saw the ball. Ben saw the ball, then turned inside just in time to have the ball land right in his lap. And another TD for Poplar Bluff. I tell you can't talk enough about Ben Knuckles. And you know they're gonna try another 2-point conversion. And I tell you, we're looking at 31-21 now. If they can complete that 2-point conversion, they're within 8. Wow, beautiful pass. I tell you, Mules just look like a different team here in the fourth quarter offensively.
Stranger things have happened, and I tell you what, I hope it happens right now.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Would you give... Oh, yeah, it didn't happen there on that play. Rolling out to the right, Boynton, he hit the man, but he was met by a brick wall, so that takes away the... Mathematically, at the 3:41 mark, it takes away a lot of the potential that they've got here in this next play. But you have to take your hat off to Coble and the entire Mules team, coaching staff, everybody. They never quit. They came back with 2 touchdowns in the second half last week against Union, down 35-0. They were down 31-7. It's 31-21 now. And how invaluable would that be if they can make a stop here, even if they don't get the onside kick? Make a stop and come out with another score. I mean, that would just be a great morale booster for this team as they head into Dexter.
Yeah, no doubt. I can see that would just pump up the entire crowd, not just the team. And going into Dexter next week, they need to go into that game with whatever happens here, pumped up and ready to go.
Yeah, that was a great pass play. We get the stats on Boynton's fourth quarter heroics here, but and of course the touchdown pass was from Coble to Ben Knuckles, number 3. But, wow, the Mules show they've got the offense. It's just a matter of turning on the engines, and obviously you go into Dexter next week. Dexter 0-3. Here's the onside kick, and it's picked up and smothered by the Pirates at the 43-yard line. That's number 24. You've heard his name a lot tonight. Zachary Nichols, the 6-foot, 225-pound monster of a man. 3:39 remaining here in the ball game. Mules trailing by 10. Definitely have to take your hat off to these Poplar Bluff Mules and this coaching staff for the incredible comeback. Down 31-7. They fought back. Now you look back at the ball game. You look at those 2 interceptions thrown by Boynton and that fumble down in the 35, and you're thinking, what if? But I tell you, you cannot question the heart and desire of these Mules players. There he is again, number 24, trying to strip the ball, the Mules defenders, and Nichols gets a few yards.
24, Zachary Nichols, the ball carrier.
Up to the 47-yard line. And second and 6. I'd like to thank all our fine sponsors. We've got our, we apologize, viewers. We haven't talked about our PAX pick player of the game. Mike Blue is my number 1 pick, but he's not playing on the field. So, okay, we'll go with Josh Freeman, Ethan Holland, Coble, Ferguson, or Ben Knuckles. I have to say, my pick would be Ben Knuckles. I know the guy gets a lot of accolades, but obviously, there's a reason for that, and that gritty determination of this guy. Even when he was hurt, I don't know if you noticed, but his arm he just got cranked on that return, and comes out and then comes back and catches that touchdown pass. Just in a split-second turning to the left as we've got a official timeout. Friday, September 26th. And also, we're going to start having a 30-minute show, and we'll get some more information about this as the season progresses. As you see, first and 10, you got Hatton handing the ball off in a magical way he's done all day to, I believe it was number 24, Nichols. Picks up maybe a yard or 2. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now, they say. 31-21. Clock ticking down. They pick up a first down. The ball game is over. But back to what we were talking about, 30-minute show. It'll air 30 minutes before Monday Night Football, starting this coming Monday night. So you want to check it out. We have Coach Kirby. We're going to have the PAX pick player of the game. And eventually, towards the end of the season, we're going to go live with this thing. So we're really looking forward to that as you watch some love taps by number 24 and number 11 for Poplar. That was Freeman along with Caleb Conover. Conover, the senior, putting the hurt on my man. 137 and counting, Mules trailing by 10. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff, a lot of information. We're going to eventually go live where we'll have phone calls, incoming calls, and you can talk to the coach and ask him questions. And so it's going to be an exciting season, even though the Mules are going to fall short here tonight. 1:15 remaining. There's a handoff to Nichols, and Holland says, "Hey, baby, before I hit the buffet, I want to give you a little love tap." Holland's had that fumble recovery in the second quarter, and greatly improved guy. Got to see some lot of action last year. We got a timeout called by the Poplar Mules. Hey, we're going to take a quick timeout so we can hear from one of our fine sponsors. You're watching Mules football live on City Cable. 1:11 remaining. 31-21 Mules trailing by 10.
4th down and 6.
Hey, how about this scenario to cap off the game? Coble running it back for a TD from about the 20. Let's see if that can happen. Maybe the Pirates can help us out in that regard. Oh, you're right. It's a fake kick, and the Mules catch him. Nobody didn't fool anybody. They tried to run Nichols. Poplar takes over at their own 48-yard line, and they've got an opportunity with 1:07 remaining. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have, but well, I tell you what, you got to feel pretty good about your chances. And they're out of timeouts. Pretty good about Mules' chances if what we've seen in the last 3 offensive series by the Mules is any indication.
Right. And I tell you what, the chances of them scoring right here, right now, what we've seen in the last 7-8 minutes is possible. And they just about threw an interception right then off the hands of Pete Bryant.
But I tell you, you have to like the spirit of the Mules here. I mean, in this fourth quarter, coming back down 31-7. They've still had an opportunity. 1 minute and 1 second remaining on the clock. We've got a 2nd and 10, and they've got the horses to get the job done. You've got at the bottom of the top of the screen, you got Ben Knuckles. Enough said about him, Mr. Everything. And then number 88, and here's Bullington back to pass. Plenty of time. You got to catch the ball though, and the ball goes off of Knuckles' fingertips. And that looks like that might be the ball game. They return the ball to the 45 of the Mules, and they'll probably just take a knee or 2 or 3, and that'll be the end of our contest here at Freddie Marl Stadium. I'd like to thank all our sponsors today, and also the honor tour was fantastic. Tucker Davis, who's does have a few serious bones in his body. You know, he's a great guy, and he's been involved in that honor tour in a big way. Rob Callahan, and it's just great to see these World War II. I mean, you're looking at history. You know, they circled the track, and the helicopter brought the ball in, and it was just a great event. 51 seconds remaining, and Hatton's going to take a knee. And there's a lot of positives, I think, that the coaching staff and the Mules can take away from this ball game, Dwayne. And one is obviously the never say die spirit of the Mules, is evidenced by those 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter.
That's right. 52 points scored in this game, so a lot of ball has been played. And luckily, we did get to miss out on the storm. We were able to play with a good field today, so it's been a good game overall.
Yeah, and we really enjoy everybody tuning in. We're down now. The clock's running 15 seconds, 14. And that's going to do it for this ball game. And hopefully hasn't had no serious injuries. And the guys that were hurt that we mentioned, Thompson, Garinger, James Ellis, and Parkin will be back closer to full strength when we play at Dexter.
Final score, Hannibal Pirates 31, the Poplar Mules 21.
There's your final 31-21. Mules fall by 10.